It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, sleep Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, sleep Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, sleep Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high.
Yes, good people. Big up to all of you. Welcome once again to another edition of the Blue Morning Show. It's been a while. I'm just gonna call it the Blue Morning Show because the timing naturally at the time when we usually host the Blue Morning Show. But more importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. We're here to discuss the manager's selection and debate whether he's made the right selection for the game, whether it would be better for certain players in certain positions. But just by the way, quickly, Cold Palmer, if you're watching, you just got probably timed out for a bit because you were using all caps. Apologies. If you become moderator, you can do whatever you want. And I get, once again, I haven't had the time to change the strictness of the machine, the robot that is policing the chat. It's because you use all caps there. So I do apologize to you. It's not a human being that did that to you. But just by the way, let us know if you're in the comment section if you're looking forward to the game. I am looking forward to it. I have strong belief that we're gonna win. I'm not predicting that certainly we'll win. Just believe that we'll win. We can win it. And they're missing an important player in their defensive line. You know who that is. Cole Palmer, nice to see you. I'm going to wait for 5 minutes. I appreciate you for waiting. And apologies that the machine that's police in the chat deleted your messages, but I can still see them. Just don't use all caps, okay? Let's see what else we have here. Big up to you too, Toby. Good. Always nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join us on this particular morning. More likes, people, more likes. Let's get the likes up. I'm still under the weather a bit. The cold is killing me. My throat is itchy. Remember, Coach, I told you we might see Lavia. Yep, you nearly nailed it. You nearly nailed it. But definitely going to be a back three. That's exactly what that tells us. It's going to be a back three. Chaloba Chaloba operating like a right center back. Centrally, Levi Colwell. I think so. Yeah, centrally Levi Colwell. The left center back, Marco Correa, while Lavia joins the midfield and protect the defensive line. Him and Caicedo and Fernando Torres will be one of the 10s. But that's, by the way, we have 8 likes. We can do a lot better than 8 likes. I already know this stream is going to be good. I appreciate that, brother. No worries. You don't have to say sorry. It's my fault. I have to go find time to reset it so it accommodates people when they use all caps. But I mean, it looks like it's a good thing anyway because all caps can come across as if somebody's yelling. No, you haven't jinxed anything. More likes, people. More likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. What's your thoughts on Dean Huyson? I like him. He's what we call Rolls Royce of a player. But I've talked about this. When we compared his numbers to that of Mark Guehi, I think it was Dante that was like, hold on, calm down, because I was going to push. Okay, if he's that better, if numbers suggest that he's that better, say numbers say it, because definitely numbers are correct, that he's better than Mark Guehi, then we should go for Mark Guehi. But again, Dante reminded me it's important to always consider numbers and eye test. Both complement each other. If you have eye test and numbers, then you make a very good decision. But if you go with one, chances are, you'd miss out. You'd make a bad decision. So it's a good thing him and Bobby called my attention to it, that if we need a leader, if we're going to sign just one of him and Mark Guehi, then we should just sign Mark Guehi because we're lacking leadership. But if we want both, fine. Both are good players, and I want both. But let's see what happens. By the way, good morning to you all. It's a good lineup. I was thinking we were gonna see I was thinking we're going to see Reece James. He brings physicality in that midfield area. But this is not a bad lineup anyway. We're going to look at who's starting and who's on the bench in a few seconds here. Again, good morning to the legendary Bobby, the senior panelist on here. We appreciate you. And he's saying, I think we should loan some of our players. I think some of them, probably plenty, will be going out on loan. And a lot, and also a few will be sold. So this is a lineup here between the sticks, Robert Sanchez, I think everybody knew he was going to start this game. Left back position, Marco Correa. Left centre back, Levi Kowa. Right centre back, Trevor Chalobah. Right back, Romeo Lavia. But don't worry about that. We will explain the application. I think the application will be a back three. 266, Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. No surprises there. Number 10, Cole Palmer. Pedro Neto, left winger, right winger, Nani Madueke, and number 9, Nicholas Jackson. I knew Jackson was going to start. I think yeah, the only then how how soon um, how soon Tariq George comes on depends on how the game pans out. If we start mopping the floor with them and score an early 3 goals and towards the 60th, 70th minute, I think we see Tariq George. I knew he wasn't going to start, irrespective of again how the game happens. It is not going to, even if we start playing badly, he's not going to come in immediately. So on the bench, who do we have on the bench here? Let's look. Philip Jorgensen is on the bench. Benoit Badiashile, Josh Achibong, Reece James, Tosin Adarabi, Oyokin, Andres Hall, Christopher Nkunku, Jadon, Sancho, Tariq George. The expected names. Wait, Reece James isn't even on the bench. Did I miss it? He's not on the pitch, he's not on the bench. Okay, Reece James is on the bench, yeah. I have glasses on, I still couldn't see that. Maybe I need to go see the doctors. Hi to you too, Craziness70. We appreciate you joining. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 10 likes, we can do a lot better than 10 likes. It's an early start. I guess that's what you're saying there. More likes, people, more likes. Bobby, big up to you and thank you for joining me on the panel. In my opinion, it's a good lineup. I think that's the best we can do with what we have. We don't really know how fit Reece James is because I thought he was going to start this one rather than Romeo Lavia. But Lavia is more of a traditional six than Reece James is. Reece James is that we know he can fulfill that role, but it's not an area where he's played consistently. But Lavia has. So Lavia also, he's not the biggest player on the pitch, but he can be physical. So Bobby, let's hear your thoughts on the lineup.
Big up, coach.
Up to you too.
Um, I don't know. I mean, the centre back three, Cucurella on the left side of a centre back three. I'm not happy. I mean, where's the height? Where's the height against a team like Everton? I just don't really think it just and you know Lavia. What Romeo Lavia are we going to expect today? You know, this guy hasn't played football for months. I don't know. I don't feel that good about it, to be honest. Offensively, it seems okay. It's more or less the best we could do. But it's that defensive midfield kind of area that I'm wondering, you know, what's going to happen, really. I don't think a centre back three with Cucurella on the left side is what we need against a tall and powerful Everton side.
I think we'll be all right, but it's not going to be easy. I thought we were going to see Tosin. We did talk about yesterday because they are very physical and they're good aerially. But I think we'll be all right. Yeah, good point then. But I still think we'll be all right. We just have to make sure the crosses don't come in.
Well,
Um,
that's a weakness already.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, that's a weakness already, indeed. Yeah.
we're playing to a weakness. I can't see this. Lavia, what football has Lavia had that he should be thrust? Oh,
Here's something that I have to give Lavia though. He's not been fit for a while, but whenever he plays, even if he plays the 3 seconds, you'd still see the yeah, he's that guy. The only thing is that he hasn't stayed fit. Yeah, but whenever he gets to play, irrespective of the amount, the length of time he's on the pitch, he's usually you usually you see what he's capable of doing. I think he'll be all right. He'll be all right. The question is whether he finishes the game. Big up to you too, Mike. New Chalobah is going to get bullied, and is Reece James replacing Lavia in the midfield. Reece James is on the bench, but he might come in. I think what I think we're trying to start in a manner where we'd have the pace to deal with them from that perspective more than their physicality. That's exactly what I think that's how I'm perceiving the manager's decision here. But I'm not concerned. I still believe uh, we're gonna win this one. And me, that statement is driven by my belief, not necessarily because of what I'm seeing. And in all honesty, we do have better players than them, but they have more experienced players and probably more physical players than we are, which is a concern, a legit concern from Bobby's end. But let's hear you, Tabeho. What do you make of the lineup?
Yeah, big up, guys. Can you hear me?
Big up, my bro. And by the way, you're doing a watch along, right?
Yeah, I'm doing a watch along.
So I'm gonna redirect to your show. Go ahead.
Yeah, personally, I see why Bobby's complaining, but again, I, in my opinion, I don't want to see Chalaba and Tosin playing together because they are both slow. So I'd rather have one of them. So it's either him, Tosin, or Chalaba. And then we always know that Levi is going to play. That's the meal of every day. So no matter what we say, Levi will play. So overall, I'm happy with the lineup, and uh, I wanted to see Sancho or George on the other side, but again, hopefully those players like Neto and Noni Madueke prove us wrong today because we need more from our attackers. I don't have to worry more about our defense, but I'm worried about our attack. Are they going to be clinical? This is the issue we're having at the moment because defensively we have been bad, but again, two previous games, I think we considered 3 goals. So we need to be better there. But our attackers for me is the main issue. If we score 2 early goals, okay, I will say okay, bring Tosin, bring Rich James, those kind of experienced players.
Yeah, they're all on the bench, and if need be, they will bring them on. I think the manager's focus is because Lavia, you know, he's not going to play in the right. He's not going to be in the right back position. It will be a back three. The application will be back three, and I think we'll use our board here to reconstruct it to reflect what the application will actually be. But I don't think it'd be that. Makinum, I hope I understand your comment. Big up Chaluba is going to get bullied. You think? Okay, you've seen the lineup already. That's how I'm seeing your comment there. And Rich James replacing Lavia in the midfield. Okay, is that what you would like to see Reece James starting in the midfield rather than Lavia, or you think Reece James will come on and replace Romeo Lavia? Let's see. I'm not sure I understand your comment. Apologies because I don't think I do. Inverted Caicedo is better than Reece James in the midfield, so I don't get why some people are crying. It looks like Lavia is the one that inverted, given what we're seeing, what we're looking at on the screen here. And here's the thing, they're not that person you're seeing here. The structure we call this the starting structure doesn't mean that this is how we're going to start. That we're going to play. The application is what you, but definitely is going to be a back three. But if we're defending, yeah, the guy that's starting here drifts to the right to help defend. I don't pay attention to the structure when we're like this. I don't know why people are actually, we're not really inverting really. It's just that when we defend, the player in question drifts to that starting position to help defend. So technically, in my opinion, they're not inverting. I don't know. Tobeho, and the fact that he starts a midfield in that position a midfielder in that position shows actually we should stop saying that he is inverting players. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. But Tabero, let's hear your thoughts on the point I just made.
Yeah, I think. Oh, you see the structure on the football map. I don't think this is the right structure.
No, no, no. This is not the right structure. That's why we call this the starting structure. We will reconstruct this with our board once you're done speaking. I just want us to address people saying that this, to me, technically, this is this. We should stop saying that we're inverting our right back because we don't really do that. Once the game starts, this guy will be in the midfield area. The only time you see him here is when we're defending. He helps us. He helps us increase our defensive line, the number of players we have in our defense on our defensive line. Because now he comes to the right back position, and Chaloba, who's been playing as the right centre back man, goes into the central area. So we have two centre backs in the central area and somebody else in the right back area defending. It's actually a way of getting us to defend as a unit, in my opinion. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to invent a player coach. In my opinion, I think Moses Caicedo would move to the Lavia position that on the football map structure. I don't think Lavia will play there. I think Moses Caicedo most likely to play that side. So that's my opinion. But also going to see Marco Corella going forward, helping us in terms of attacking, and we're going to see two centre backs, like you said. I don't think we're going to see Chaloba more as a right playing as a right centre back. I think he's going to play centrally, him and Levi Colwell.
Okay, we'll see. No, Lafayette playing with Enzo. Who's on the bench? What are we seeing here? No, Lavia playing with Enzo. James, yeah, James is on the bench. Yeah, we're looking at it. Big up to you too. According to my trusted sources, the senior players listening SD, senior players have had a big meeting with regards to the mentality. Okay, the win next games to please. Let me see. Sorry. Big up to the legend Bobby. I think we'll win. Okay. And Vicky's saying, listen, are you not listening to my argument? I'm saying technically we're not doing that because yeah, if we start, it becomes a back three. Once the game starts, as long as we have the ball and we're attacking, it becomes a back three. When we're defending, I'm just saying, technically, in my opinion, that's not we shouldn't be calling it that. It's just like when Thomas Tuchel was playing wingers in the wing back position. The application is what I paid attention to, but people were complaining at the time that he was playing people out of position. If you get my point, but can you say good morning to me before we start fighting? Anyway, good morning, Vic. Uh, it changed. Yeah, they changed it. It didn't last long. They changed it to something else. Secretly, Tosin is this team's leader. Not even secretly. I think he is the leader. We in our back line. I think he's our best. He's our best defender. He's our best CB in my opinion. Reads the game better. Um, he has, you can say, good passing range. I think Levi Colwell in that department is better than him. He's an intelligent player, and I think we did talk about yesterday how if it wasn't for his intelligence and his ability to read the game, if we've lost 13 games in total, around 9 games or so, we'd be again the total of games that we've lost by now uh, could have been like 11 or so if it wasn't for his intelligence and his ability to read the game and time his tackles perfectly. I think at least two last ditch tackles that saved us points, in my opinion. Please let's not compare him to most CBs, Margoehi, Chalaba, etc. Albeit, yeah, for some reason, I'm just gonna say the manager isn't seeing it as some of us see it, that Tosin is clearly our best CB, in my opinion. If you feel like because here's the thing, even I've heard people argue that he's not quick. One thing is certain, he's deceptively quick. Maybe his acceleration is what should be the discussion, not necessarily his pace, his again overall pace. I am wondering if James has taken a Lavia's spot in the team. No, he's not on the pitch. James is on the bench. If anything, Lavia will take his place, and we're playing him sparingly. We don't want to. We don't want him to get hurt. What's your thoughts on City? I think I've talked about it. They're still. I think they will still finish in the top five. It's the only thing that will lead to them missing out would be if they if the FA decides to deduct points from them. But then again, at City this season they've been inconsistent. Yeah, there was a time I thought, okay, that's it. They picked up form and boom, they started dropping points again. And of late, also they've dropped points in games that I didn't believe that dropped points. They have. I'm not sure how to describe the issue at this point, but if you under persistent pressure, they concede a lot of goals. They have a lot of issues, and you see Pep make a few changes here and there. Come next season. But this is my opinion anyway. Not quite, not quite. Let's see. I am still in bed. Okay, with one eye on you. Come on, Coach Figure. I don't like this guy. He didn't say good morning to me. Boom, he already started fight. All right. Good morning, Vic. Much love to you. You know I was joking, right? Speak to me, brother. Speak to me. Speak your mind. Uh, no, no worries, Danny. Danny, it's all love. I was just joking with Vic, and he knows it. And Tobes, I know you like Madueke quite a lot. Madueke, starting with Pedro Neto. Yeah, I'd rather Jadon Sancho over Madueke. Sancho is a more productive dribbler of the two, a better dribbler in my opinion, a better creator than Madueke. Madueke has the ability to also become a good creator too, but more uh, most of the times is more selfish than selfless. I'd like him to be a little less selfish and be a little more selfless. I think that will, if he's able to do that, he'd become a much better player and a much respected player. I think all the talks about whether he's good or not comes down to is driven by his selfishness as a player. But he's a good player and he will eventually get there. But I think he's played this game long enough that by now he'd realize that that's the aspect of his game that he needs to change to become a much better player, because the conversation of him being a selfish player didn't start today. It started even before he joined us. Let's see what else you have. But nice to see you, Tob. I'm so excited for Madrid to start. He's underrated. I wouldn't say underrated. He's the one. Again, his behavior on the pitch is the reason. You can say people bash him in most cases. Just be a little less selfish and be a little more selfless. I think that will go a long way. All right. I think we should buy Sancho. You don't need to remind Chelsea. You've heard us talk about it 1,000 times on this channel. We told people, we tried to educate people. Sancho represents good business. We had the opportunity to buy him. We did without hesitation, bearing in mind that yeah, you can say he represents good business. He's an excellent player, not just a good player. Um, his English, which also yeah makes him more expensive. Um, and at the end of the season, if we decide we want to move him on, we can just do that, and then sell him for nearly twice as much, or if not three times, or for 150% profit actually. Given how much you paid for him, and for 25 million pounds, that's cheap, and he's still very young. Didn't United pay something close to 100 million, something at least north of 60 million pounds for him? And we'll be paying, we will pay just 25 million pounds. And I see some people suggesting the club send him back and pay the 5 million pounds fine. I don't think it makes sense. Just add 20 million to it, pay it, keep him at the club. If we decide it's not working out, sell him for twice as much as the amount we pay. We're paying for him, or three times that actually, because he's that good. But that's just my opinion anyway. And by new keeper, let's see what's he saying here. I think uh, we should buy Sancho. Yeah, I think he's staying. He isn't going anywhere. And buying a keeper, I think. The goalkeeping. Do I think we buy another goalkeeper? I don't think so. We have options to choose from. Good options actually. Pendas, he's showing a strong potential. And Petrovic, yeah, better than all our current goalkeepers. I don't know if you've seen that rating, uh, Fortmov rating that I did produce a YouTube short video with. Surprisingly, he's our best goalkeeper, and you don't goalkeepers aren't like players that you'd say, but they're playing in an inferior league. No, they don't score differently in that league. Yeah, so I want to get a goalkeeper that's faced a lot of shots, because you that gives you the opportunity to assess their abilities, more than those that face less shots. So for him, he's proven that, yeah, he can be a number one. Even before he left, he did prove that he's better than Robert Sanchez. But the only thing, I think, probably the only concern at the time was his ability on the ball. But that's just my opinion anyway. And yeah, we need to buy Sancho. I think he's staying. I never wanted us to send him back. We needed to play Sancho the way Dortmund did. You can't see that Sancho when we're playing against a team that is defending deep. I'm not sure about Mudryk anymore. I think he stays. He stays. No, I think we can find a way out, given the fact if he's found guilty, then the club will have a reason to terminate his contract, and then we don't owe Shakhtar Donetsk anything. But I think we'll be fair. I think probably we want him to come back. Everything comes down to what his lawyers are able the sort of deal that his lawyers are able to get him. We need to sell Sanchez. He's just not good. It isn't good enough. It's not easy to sell him. Brighton has the potential. They have a selling clause, plus how much we paid for him. It'd be difficult to find buyers that are that are serious about buying him. I think they'll be looking for a deal actually to buy him for cheap. True, but then why is Sanchez our main goalkeeper? Sanchez is better right at the moment, better than Philip Jorgensen. Unfortunately, numbers say the same thing. I was one of those preaching that eventually Jorgensen will become our number one goalkeeper. He's gotten the opportunity, but you could argue didn't do himself a lot of favors. Yeah, he faltered quite a lot, which is an issue. That's not to say he's a bad goalkeeper. I think it's a confidence thing. I don't. It just seemed as if it seems as if he's not able to deal with the pressure of being Chelsea's number one effectively. He's shown that he has very good reflexes in terms of stopping shots when you need them. Even most in the most difficult situation where usually goalkeepers are idle for a while, when you come at him, he shows 150% concentration. He does that, but times when you feel like, yeah, he should be saving that easily, he just lets the ball inside the net, go into the net. But I think it's a confidence thing, or maybe lack of maturity on his path. Before he joined us, he was excellent in Spain, in my opinion. Finished the season in Spain as one of the best goalkeepers. But the pressure of being a Chelsea player is a different animal on its own. Sancho needs to be played like Pedri. It's up to the manager, and I've explained. I don't think you'd see the same Sancho you watched play in La Liga, in Bundesliga, because the Premier League is different. When teams defend deep, you're not going to see that Sancho. You see that, yeah, he can create space for himself by dribbling, because he's a productive dribbler, an excellent dribbler overall. But he struggles when teams defend deep. A lot of players do. We need to be aware of Njaye and Dakore better to pops up from nowhere for tappings. Yeah, we need to. They're good. They're well drilled. And what's his name? David Moyes is he's tactically he's excellent. Underrated in my opinion. Achimbong needs to be prioritized ahead of Chalobah. Bros not made for CFC levels. But at the moment, you make do what you have. Chalobah is the more experienced of the two, can deal with the physicality of the opposition than Achimpong. Now Achimpong will get there, but he's still very young. And I am for young players being integrated gradually. The process of integrating young players into the team being a gradual process. If you do it in a drastic manner, uh, a lot of issues could emerge. But that is my opinion. And Colwell, I don't want to talk about him. Here's the thing: there was a poll. I don't know. Probably most of you have watched the YouTube shot. Pies started a poll on X asking Chelsea fans if they'd sell Levi Kowa for £70 million. Out of 43,000 plus participants, 67% says yes, they'd sell him. That's a lot. But then the following day, I think the club saw that. We did see a report saying that Chelsea, there are clubs actually, there aren't shortage of clubs interested in signing Levi Kowa. But we did see a report the following day that said something to the effect of Chelsea are not looking to sell Levi Kowa, that he stays. Is part of the project long term. We've heard that 1,000 times, and Dante will tell you that he's actually there's a clause in his contract that says he must play. I think the manager likes him for his ability on the ball and probably believes he will improve defensively. I think he still lacks. He doesn't read the game very well, in my opinion. All right, see you next time. We appreciate you finding the time to join. So anything else you want to say to Beho? Before I think we will try to reconstruct the lineup as quickly as we can and call it a day. We'll try to reconstruct the lineup to show how the application will be. But to Beho, anything else you want to say before we start doing that? Or Bobby?
No, nothing yet.
All right, Bobby, anything else you want to say before we start reconstructing the lineup to show people how the application will be?
No, nothing yet at this time. We
Okay.
wait and watch with bated breath.
All right. So let's reconstruct it to Bill. Pay attention if I'm doing anything wrong. I think it would be better off this way so we don't have the players blocking the view of the viewers. More likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Just quickly, let me redirect this before I forget to Bill. Let me redirect it to your show. Mm. Good coffee. Good coffee. Redirects the coolest chows. Okay, coolest. Dang it! Why is this slow like this? It has the coolest chows, right? Yep, the coolest chows. There you go. Redirect to it. So once the show ends, you will be redirected to Beho's YouTube channel because he'll be doing a watch along. Yeah. So to Beho, let's reconstruct this. Back three, we know. Okay. So space out this guy, right center back. I think that's what the application will be. We'll have two tens with this guy being on the left. The guy on the left would see something like this. I think this is what we're going to see. I don't think he'd risk too much of having just one guy in front of the back three to protecting the defensive line. I think he'd have two of these guys here, and I think it's going to be like this. What do you think, Tabeo?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be like this, or either way, Cole Palmer and Moses can say the suicide because we normally see that during the game. But
Mhm.
I think it's going to be like this. Lavia on the left, coach, and Moses can say on the right.
Yeah. Caicedo usually on the right. And have you
Yes.
heard me before explain why I prefer him staying on the right hand side? But I think that's usually where he stays because he's comfortable on the right hand side. And if by any chance we see something, this guy being out of position and this guy going towards here and here, he's comfortable operating as a right back.
Yeah, that's why on the football mob is kind of drunk because Moses Caicedo should be on that side when they put that lineup and then Lavia in the midfield.
Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna see, and this is actually strong because as you've called it, five defenders. Yeah, but this guy, He's capable of connecting the defense and the midfield, and those four guys behind the attacker effectively. This guy's good at that from a deeper position. Sorry, I need the yellow ink. So this guy, Lavia, is good at connecting the defensive line and the offensive line effectively. That's his thing. He's good at beating the press. Caicedo is also good at it, but this guy is better at it. What's his name? Lavia is better at beating the press than Caicedo. The problem is that he's hardly ever fit. But that's, by the way, I think that's what the application is going to be. Let's see what else we have here. So we will be calling it a day soon. A win or nothing. Yeah, he must win. As I've told people yesterday, listen, I don't give a flying, you know what he says. I don't care. Plus, I decided to tune out. Don't even pay attention to his pressers. Then go to X and nitpick, find things that make sense that has to do with the game, and pay attention to them. Whether a player will be fit or not, and I don't care what people judge assist mentality. You can say judge assist mentality, which doesn't make sense. Language could be a serious issue there, but people don't care. Once people hate you, once they don't like you, everything you say is an issue. The moment you you say something out of place, you're in trouble. And I've seen him on occasions trying to correct what he said before, and then end up compounding the issue, compounding people perception of what he said from a negative perspective. He's not the best speaker in in the world, but just the way I didn't care that much what Pochettino said. I don't care much what he said. I just want to see results. And chances that language again is the issue here. Him thinking he's saying one thing and then people reading it the other way. He can say whatever he wants, just win. But that's my opinion anyway. Let's see what else we have here. I think if we don't make a Champions League or win at the Conference League, Maresca will be sacked. I think he will be surprised. It depends on how it finishes. If we don't win for instance, the Conference League, and it was, you can say, it was down to bad luck, but I think we'll win that competition. Honestly, I get it. I've seen people talk about how when those teams, one of the teams that will make it in the final, make it to the final, but they're better than us. Yada yada yada. No, we'll see. We'll get there. But that's, by the way. Let's see. Maresca is already complaining about having Torres and Drogba versus Jackson. That's when I saw that, I don't even care. Well, I didn't even try to stress my brain to try to figure out what he was saying there. I think he's frustrated. It's a possibility that might be reflective of the fact that he's frustrated, that he's asking for experience. But I have decided I'm not going to waste my time trying to make sense of what he said during his presses, of things he says it during his presses. Honestly, and I don't think I changed that. But let's hear your thoughts. If you're in the chat, would you rather, again, what do you make of the lineup? Are you okay with it, or would you rather certain players start in certain positions? Let's hear you. We need to win at this match. There's no excuse. We need to win. And here's the thing, no excuses at all. If we don't win, if he ends in the draw, he will oh my goodness, they will murder him alive. They will unalive him in the stadium already. So using that language, actually, I'm risking the video getting demonetized. But that's, by the way, my point is we should pay less attention to what he says when it's not about the game. I don't know. People ask him stupid questions because the fans, they know, you say, it gets attention of the fans. When they they ask him questions that will lead to him saying something that the fans will interpret as him having a weak mentality. They do that on papers, questions that aren't necessary, honestly. But that's just my opinion anyway. Any other thing that we want to talk about here, Tebejo?
Yeah, hopefully, like I said last night, hopefully Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson find a goal today so that they can build momentum until the end of the season because we need them right now. Forget about the summer transfer window. It's all about now. We need these players to start firing so that we can start winning games consistently. But overall, a win is a win. As long as a scrape win, I don't care. An own goal, I don't care. As long as we win. But we
Just
should
score.
avoid a defeat. Yes, I'll score Everton and then avoid a defeat today, please.
Yeah, we must. We must win. Avoiding a defeat could mean the game accepting the draw. I think we will beat them, and I think except if they change their approach. They did play an open game. Was it against City? But we must be defensively cautious and not play with a high line. A lot of long balls. Yep. A lot of long balls against City, and it was working. And honestly, they're good at it. I don't. You've watched them, right? They're very good at picking long passes, bypassing the midfield everywhere. And by the time you know it, you'll be fighting for your life in your defensive area. They do that a lot. So I hope Maresca paid attention to that. I think it was against City. They executed their game plan effectively to a T until I think Tarkowski is that his name? What's his name again? Until he got injured, and then Michael Keane uh, came on, and it was crap. Yep. Anything else? Enzo needs to go to Madrid. We don't know how to use him. It should be Nkunku or Sancho in there. I think we're using him effectively,
Mm,
in my opinion. Go ahead. What are you saying?
why our fans want us to sell Enzo to Madrid? How can you do that?
I don't think we're selling him. So I'm
Yeah.
not even bothered. Yeah, I don't think we're selling him. He's one of our best players since the start of the season. I've been saying that even before a lot of people recognize, yeah, that was actually the case. You lovely people have a lot of faith. Well, we go to church, unlike you. Bobby, anything else you want to say before we call it a day?
Okay, well, I have to go now, so I'll see you in the
All
next
right.
thing.
All right, I'll see you. Bobby, anything else you want to say?
Nothing to add, Coach.
All right. Thank you to my bro Vic. Thank you for joining us. Marking New, my bro. I appreciate you for finding the time to join the show. Danny Music, my bro. I appreciate you, Danny. And I want to listen to one of your songs. Honestly, if you're a producer or if you're a singer, I like music. I watch a lot of Maya's videos. He's a good rapper, and hopefully he makes it as a musician. Cole Palmer, thank you for joining us. Cole Palmer, who actually isn't a Chelsea fans. And with that, we've come natural end of this particular show. See you guys during the post game show. God bless us all, and cheers.
Wake up, it's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we ride.